Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
All kids out of the pool for Adult Swim. All kids out.
Lego Lord of the Rings Balrog raised eyebrows for what some fans say is an unfortunate pose. I see it. I see it. Oh, I see it. It's taking a piss on Gandalf.
You shall not!
And he says to her, listen, you got a fine white girl ass.
Before you go, one question.
Yes?
Where in the galaxy is Sanusi?
Show us your tits and I'll tell you.
I think I've died and gone straight to honker heaven. Boobs are amazing.
Good afternoon. Hail and howdy, everybody. Welcome to the Daily Dive. The Double D's for you, the chat. The audience are in charge as I continue to mess with my mic. I guess it's a nervous habit at the beginning of every stream. You know, alter the mic, make sure everything's fine. Hope everybody's doing all right on this Monday, October 20th, 2025. I'm having one of those afternoons, days so far. I mean, I've been up for a few hours. It's not like I just woke up, but it's one of those days where you wake up and you can't quite get the tired out of your head. You know, you feel it, and I can't seem to quite get the ignition to turn on all the way. I got plenty of sleep last night, but I had weird ass dreams as usual. I had weird ass dreams. They were definitely influenced by everything from yesterday that came in and out of my life. Not to mention, my cold is all but gone except for I still got a little bit of a snot factory going on here, but it was not. I feel like the cold is just one last gas to make me uncomfortable. I'm coughing, even though there's nothing really left in my chest, what little there was, but I keep coughing. It's aggravating. It's that last little bit of the aggravating of the cold that keeps you not quite from being settled. So that made it, I slept pretty soundly, and I only woke up like twice in the night, which is unusual. I usually wake up 3 times a night to either get out of bed to take a piss or to roll over and get comfortable. But I slept like a rock for like 6 hours without moving, I think. And I'm just, I don't, it's one of those days where I can't quite get into gear. You know that feeling? You can't quite get into gear. Fortunately, you guys are going to make me get into gear no matter what I do. Let's see. What do I want to do? Let's go over the rules as usual. And then I'm going to serenade you with a couple of ideas in my head that are going around. That's not the right button. That's the right button. $5 to order an Adam rant. Let's spend anything. Although I can't get, it would have to be something pretty fiery to trigger the rage in me this morning. Afternoon. It's not morning, Adam. It's afternoon. Then you got $10 for the good old fashioned ask me a question. I'll tell you no lies. $10 also gets you rental time for video games for 30 minutes at a pop. You could tell I'm really in the rhythm here. I'm bobbling my entire normal words that I say for this. $15 gets you the hot take instant reaction to an article in the news I may come across or one you may be sitting on. $20, the good old fashioned make Adam watch something he may or may not like. And $30 gets you a chat, maybe watches reviews, which we will be doing tomorrow. And I keep forgetting the name of this, courtesy of Setlick 3. Evil Roy Slade. I'll be watching that for tomorrow. I'll be watching it this afternoon. Once we're done here, I'll be getting that done, and we'll do a chat, maybe watch his reviews for tomorrow. because I fulfill our agreements. And I have a fresh one for you guys coming up later this month. It's something I'm talking about it in combination with Ballbusters. But it's just a tease. It's a tease. And I'll let you sit on that one. So a couple of you know who it is, know what it is. But anyway, so like I said, I had weird dreams last night. I had weird ones. Nothing I think that's too scary or freaky or weird, but I know where they came from. One, we talked about a lot of Pokemon yesterday, or at least I sat there and listened. So I had dreams that weren't necessarily Pokemon related, but were summoning monster related, like people creating things and summoning things. That was very strange. Another one, because Mass Effect got mentioned for like half a minute in a conversation yesterday during Roundtable. I dreamt I was Commander Shepard living in a regular town here in America, but my entire lower body was cybernetic legs. And when I went to go to a parking lot where I left my car, the entire car had been stripped clean except for the frame of the car. And that was that. I don't know why. Another one, I was a criminal stealing things with a group, and I was the one planting the bombs as I saw the cops closing in around the security forces. It was kind of high-tech sci-fi type of thing. Another one, I was evading criminals, climbing out windows, hiding loot. It was wild. None of it connected. Not really. Well, it's a segment because it's on my mind and I want to share it. And who knows what glorious clips you guys might get out of it. You never know. You never know. I'm here to provide entertainment. Listen, we never would have gotten Gay Blue Rangers without me talking about my dreams or bugs trying to, pincer their way into my neck and take me over. You never know what you're gonna get. You never know what you get. It's the creative core of a lot of things. Anywho, but I'm bringing it up because, like I said, I slept so soundly that all these dreams were just kind of muddled together, and I woke up at one point and my pillows were just like a bundled up mess as I had been wrapping them up and balling them up for some reason in a half awake state. I don't know. It's crazy. My mind is a wild and crazy place, and you guys get to see the little bits and pieces that sprinkle about, and I try to put them together to frame something. Anywho, all right, what do I have in my mind right now before we get started on the rest of the day? We got the news, of course. I've got nothing else, of course. I got nothing else planned. So I do have a thought, a strain of thought, a stream of conscious, for lack of a better term, which we got that tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern. So yesterday we talked Pokemon a lot. We talked Pokemon a lot yesterday, or the boys talked Pokemon. I sat there and listened, and I interjected questions at appropriate times to continue the conversation as necessary. But they didn't really need me; they were doing fine. But I've been thinking about that conversation, and I am I'm going to brag a little bit here. I'm proud of the discussion we had yesterday on Pokemon. It was legitimate. It was just talking about the game. We didn't veer too far away into other stuff. I wanted to hear what the thoughts of guys who are playing this game, who are veterans of the franchise, what did they think? And it was a great conversation. And what I got out of that, waking up today, as the thoughts of the conversation bubbled to my top of my mind today, was that kind of conversation seems lost in general, open, public interactions. And what do I mean? What am I talking about? What I'm talking about is this. Once upon a time, a game comes out. And if you were interested in the game, you played it and you talked about it, even before social media. And then with social media, then you expressed your feelings. But it was just about people who wanted to play the game. And nobody pushed the game on you. And then once the game was out, you were generally just talking about it because you were exchanging thoughts with other people playing it. That's not what we live in anymore. And I wish we could just go back to that, which yesterday was an example of. And let me see if I you could tell I'm my mind's a little scattered this afternoon. So you can see I'm trying to lace all the thoughts together here to clarity. Once upon a time we had the console wars. And I've talked about this in the past. The real console wars. Nintendo, Sega. And shots were fired back and forth. But when it came to the games, yes, you would have Nintendo fans saying, fuck you, Sega. You'd have Sega fans saying, fuck you, Nintendo. But neither side, once a game came out, and granted, this is based upon 1990s conversations or early 90s, mid 90s, stuff like that. Internet was kind of just being born, but it's based upon interaction with people. Nobody said your game is a piece of shit on the other side. It was more about the brand, not the game. People were left to play their games and not have to worry about people joining the conversation or people hijacking the conversation for another reason. Case in point, here and now, we get a game that comes out over the past few years. Let's start with examples. Let's say like stuff like Hogwarts Legacy, current moment, Ghost of Yotei, current moment, Expedition 33, current moment, Pokemon Z to A. These games come out. Once upon a time, only people who cared about the game would have played it and talked about it. But now a game comes out, and because of whatever's going on in the culture war, somebody will inevitably hijack it for no reason, or somebody who isn't going to hijack it but is built into it is going to take it and push it in the direction that it shouldn't be. Hogwarts Legacy, very easy example, because of J.K. Rowling and her stance, her single stance that separates her from the rest of the dogma of the commie Marxist left. Hogwarts Legacy became a match point in the culture war, in video games and gaming. And it went nowhere because calling for boycotts doesn't accomplish anything. And it sold a lot of copies, made a lot of money. Here and now, Ghost of Yotei. That is a game that should have come out and people who only wanted to play it would talk about it, and people who were interested in it would wait to see what people who have quality opinions, quality reviews on games have to say. But no, Ghost of Yotei comes out, and it becomes a talking point for the commie Marxists left to say, look, this game couldn't be boycotted. Look how great it is. Powerful whammons. Look at this. And of course, then the culture of we're going to diminish what came before to push it, to hoist it up into its glorious place on a pedestal where it needs to be. That didn't used to happen. Which is why yesterday I harkened back to our discussion of tourism and tourists in our IPs and franchises. People who are gaming tourists took to this game, or we'll also say gaming activists, who are very, very much like tourists, because they don't play to love the games. They play the games to try and own the chuds and say, look, I played this and I played this and I played that, but not really enjoying the game, but just playing it and pretending to enjoy it for the most ludicrous of reasons. I have to cough, excuse me. Look at Ghost of Yotei. That game should not be a conversation for anything. It really shouldn't be. I should not be talking about it 3 weeks later because I haven't played it. I should have no reason to talk about it. But I keep talking about it. I keep bringing it up because others have made it a match point in our culture war conversations. How did your boycott go? Well, no, a lot of us, none of us called for a boycott. Two or three people who are morons on social media called for a boycott. Everybody else just said, I'm not going to play this. But then the activist gamers, the tourists, took it and made it their banner that they're going to rally around and claim that this is gaming, that this is peak gaming. So I'm going to reply and say it can't be peak gaming when it's the same as the previous game and, excuse me, likely dozens of games that came before it in many ways. But these are people who are, as I said yesterday in our conversation, tourists who don't understand the definition of anything when it comes to being a passionate fan. Now, brings me now back to my conversation, my point of this. You used to talk about these games and not make them about the pop culture. Now, let's look at Pokemon Z to A. And by all lights, based upon people who've played it that talk to me now, and I've watched people play it. I haven't played it, but these days watching is very akin to it. You can get the feel of it, especially if you are an experienced gamer. You get the feel of it. Like yesterday, notice I was able to apply my own experiences in similar types of games to Pokemon Z to A, and the boys were able to say, yes, that's what it's like. So I was able to find easy comparisons to help me understand, to make me connect to it and understand what I'm watching and listening to. In my opinion, there is nothing controversial about Pokemon Z to A. There isn't. There is not. Should Nintendo have made it a $70 game? Should they be charging another $30 for essentially DLC locked material? No, they shouldn't. But that's their business model, and they are allowed to do it because they know that their customers will pay the money. It's very simple. The game itself is harmless. There's nothing wrong in the game. There's some stupid shit in there. Genderless clothes, effeminate-looking men, stuff like that. But you know what? That is also a little bit Nintendo. That's a little bit Nintendo. That's their extent of bending the knee, but it doesn't break the game. But overall, the game is essentially a harmless, seemingly enjoyable game for people who like that kind of stuff. And as I said yesterday, a break from the norm. But a lot of people want to take this game and make it a hot point of topic discussion on either why should you spend $100 on Nintendo when you could spend $100 on Steam and get all these games. It's apples and oranges. I mean, that's just the first point in my head on this. $100 on Steam buys you a ton of games, of course, if you're shopping with deals and this and that. But what if you are somebody who wants to play Pokemon and none of those games appeal to you? Not all gamers are created the same. We all have different tastes and desires and needs when it comes to our gaming experiences. So somebody spending that $70, possibly another $30 to get the DLC, the extra content, that's what they want. And that's what they need. And if it's their money, they can spend it any way they want it. But then at the same time, we're looking at Pokemon ZDA, and people are taking this game, and they are some of the critics have some legitimate stuff. Like yesterday, both Dre and Jed expressed legitimate gameplay criticisms for what they either expected or wanted or didn't get. But there are critics out there who are criticizing this game for the most ludicrous of reasons, or forcing a criticism in a moment that seems rather unnecessary. And it's all in an effort to say, essentially, from what I can see, and this is my perspective, fuck you, Pokemon and Nintendo, for making a game that I didn't want, but I either bought anyway or I am planning to buy anyway just so I can play it and be angry about it. That's what I'm talking about here. There is something wrong in gaming conversations today that didn't used to be there, where those who have no business talking about it are pulled in. Like as I said, I have no business talking about Ghost of Yotei, none. But when they force it as a match point, striking point issue in pop culture, and they start telling lies, I get into it because they start telling lies about the sales numbers. I'm a believer in facts and logics, receipts, things I could say. Here is an answer that proves the point, and here's my evidence. If they weren't lying about Ghost of Yotei or pushing it so hard and demeaning Ghost of Tsushima, I would not have any reason to talk about Ghost of Yotei. But they go down that track, so I am talking about it. But I shouldn't be talking about it, but I am, because I have to, from my opinion, bring in some common goddamn sense to the conversation. Show me numbers. You don't have any. Why do you have to demean Tsushima to raise up Yotei? And then with Pokemon, some people should have no reason to talk about it. We should have you should let the discussion about the game be had. But you're turning it into a match point, a striking point, where you need to tear it down. Now, of course, I will be critical all day long of Nintendo and their behavior surrounding the Pokemon and the IP. They're being litigious bastards with Power World when they don't need to be. They could in fact, they should welcome Power World as legitimate competition to make them make a better game. I mean, look, okay. Let's take a minute here just to shift the conversation over to that direction. Do you think and it's a question of the chat. Chat, feel free to answer this. Feel free to answer this, chime in. Do you think that Pokemon ZDA would have happened without Power World? Do you think? Because Power World is an action RPG. It doesn't have the same mechanics as ZDA does, but it's an action RPG. We have to go out there. We have to fight these beasties. We have to throw things at them. We have to capture them, all that kind of stuff. Do you think Power World had an effect on ZDA? I think it did. I think Nintendo, during Scarlet and Violet, got scared with Power World. And I think that they said, let's use the side adventure, the non-mainline mainline adventure aspect of this, the non-mainline adventure aspect of Legends, of the Legends series, to mess around. Let's use this as an example to test something. And let's see if we can make something similar. And here we have Z2A. An action RPG, something they've never done before, which is in the same vein in terms of not just standing there as Power World. Competition breeds innovation. Competition makes you work harder. For myself as an example, just to kind of just parallel the conversation. Here's my channel. Weekend turned out pretty good. Subs are on the rise. I appreciate everybody that's joined up over the past few days, and welcome to the channel. I exist in a sphere. Right now, we exist in this sphere that we are in, where larger, more popular, more established channels essentially do what I do. I have to think of new ways to present my topics, to do my live streams, to approach everything in order to try and stand out. I'm on the lower end of the competition. I have to innovate myself to compete with established channels who can put out, and yes, I'm going to say this, who can put out any old slop, and they do. A lot of the larger channels put out non-innovative slop, the same slop they put out for a long time. And I have to do something to stand out, to try and hopefully attract attention. That's why my thumbnails are different than everybody else's thumbnails. I don't do the top-down, side-by-side thumbnail that everybody else does. I do something different to try and stand out. I try and have conversations in my videos, in my streams to stand out. I don't tackle the same little bit of information news that comes out because I'm not going to chase the dragon, because that's not going to accomplish anything. I try to focus on things that I find interesting, and I think I can create interesting conversations with you, the chat, or you, the viewer, if you're watching this as a video and not the live stream. I try to come up with new ideas for all the different streams I have. I'm working on an idea for a new video series that I'm hoping to get started on very soon. I might have gotten started on it last week, and Jed knows what I'm talking about because I told him about this idea. I might have gotten started on it last week if I hadn't gotten sick, and I'm still sick a little bit. So kind of getting sick always monkeys with everything. That seems to be always happens. I get a great idea and something stupid happens, and I get distracted, and I get waylaid, and I feel like, well, I'm too pressured to put thought and effort into this at the moment. And I have to, and now because I'm sick, I have to blow my nose. Excuse me 1 second. Oh, there we go. Thank you. I apologize for that. It's going to go on for a few more days. But competition breeds innovation. It breeds hunger and passion. I have hunger and passion because I'm competing. I'm trying to break out. I'm trying to be different. I'm trying to secure my section of YouTube, an audience that I do share with a lot of people, but still trying to grow an audience. But I look at larger channels, and they've grown complacent. They're not competing with anybody. And the whole compete with yourself, no, fuck compete with yourself. Fuck that. I'm sorry, that's loser mentality. Competing with yourself is not how you win. You look what others are doing. You may not be actively competing, but you need to view everybody else as competition. Sometimes even your friends, even your buddies, like, oh man, they just did that. You know what? I think I got to do something a little different. I got to kick it up a notch because I want to still be winning in my own way. Competition, the idea to push forward, it's what drives us. And I know we've segued far away from the original topic here, so I'm going to try and circle back. Don't be afraid to compete. Don't be afraid to do something innovative. And I think when, again, it comes to the gaming discussion, circling back to that, Nintendo got threatened enough that they put out Z to A. And what I liked is that at the end of a conversation yesterday with the Pokemon Legends Z to A, I put it out there, and it was building on something Beardo said when he said that it was basically a tech demo game. It's like, here, we got this. Maybe we shouldn't make you pay $70 for it, but still, here's something new. And I replied to that, let's look at the next one. Look at the next Legends installment, Pokemon Legends installment. And if they take everything they've learned from the previous versions now, the previous editions of Legends, and apply what worked really well in each one and come out with the next one, that's the good thing. That's the innovation. That's the growing. And that's what competition breeds. It breeds excellence. It breeds entertainment. It breeds good product. And that's what everybody should be striving to do. And now to circle back to the entire conversation and where I am with this, that is what, to me, gaming discussions should be like. People who have played the game sit down and talk about it. Maybe someone like me who knows what's going on, either as an old player or someone who could apply to it, to moderate a discussion, steer it around there, have it keep going. But gaming discussions should be that. It should not be screeching harpies trying to find a way to nitpick something because it's not what they wanted. It should be people who either it should not be activist tourist gamers pushing a game as though it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, when in fact it's the same as everything that came before, just with a little bit of extra paint and spit and gristle on it. Gaming discussion should be about that. And that's, I guess, to round out this long-winded monologue. That's what I'd like to see return. So on my end of that, I'm going to try and make sure we do that more. If I know there's a game that a lot of people are playing, I'm going to try and instigate more conversations about the game. Let them talk about it. Let's hear about it. Let's break it down. Not just nitpicking it. Not just making sure people can fight about it. Discussions. I'd rather have discussions than debates. You're not wrong when you say that. You're not wrong. But I still feel like Power World scared them a little bit. You're correct, Ariel. The Pokopia is definitely, it's a little bit of Power World. It's more like Animal Crossing, though. It's more like Nintendo's trying to, that's Nintendo breaking. No, I completely forgot about Pokopia. I forgot about that. But you're correct. Pokopia is definitely a move in that direction. But my fate, it's the lighting in my room. And also sometimes when I talk, I can get red-faced very easily, Ariel. I get red-faced very easily. It's also, the lighting in my room was fucked up. I mean, the lamp, Jed hates the lamp behind me. He hates the lamp, but this is the room. That's the only place where I can put the end table that it's on there and the lamp to generally light up the room. And I have two lights over there on a wall. They're wall mounted, built into the apartment, that provide the lighting in this direction, and then the monitors provide the lighting here. It's a very unusual lighting scenario that I have to try and generate some light. But also, my lighting depends on what's going on with the TV. It depends on the adjustment of the light on the screen. Because to you guys it looks normal, but this screen I have it very dimmed because for some reason this camera picks up the TV with its full brightness as a glare. So I have to dim it. So it looks normal to you guys, but it's very dark to me. So that the TV also affects the lighting with the camera. It's all about the camera. The camera has weird reactions to lighting. So I do the best I can. One day in a better studio, I will I will hopefully have better lighting one day. I don't know if I'm gonna get the halo. I'm not a fan of the halo, especially because I don't like it. I wouldn't like it if you could see the halo in my glasses. It's bad enough you could see my monitors in my glasses sometimes. See, look at there. But I wouldn't want you to see the halo, guys. So I don't know if I'll ever do the halo, but hopefully, when I'm able to move and get at least the next apartment before hopefully making enough money to get a house, whatever studio I have, whatever room I set up in, will have better structure for better lighting. So, yes, but there's a lot of little factors that dictate the coloring of my face here. But I guarantee you, there's no gay or bisexual lighting going on here. Zeta A wouldn't have played out the same way. Wouldn't? Yeah. See, yeah. So Kel, you're leaning into what I'm saying here. ZDA would not. Pal World definitely influenced Nintendo, put pressure on them to do something different. And here's the problem: their different isn't bad, but the conversation surrounding Z2A, we had in my opinion, again, I'm going to gloat, I'm going to brag here. We had the right kind of conversation yesterday on Roundtable about Z2A. Now, I'm not going to clip that out because it's not really a me video. If I'm going to clip something out for my channel, I have to really participate in the conversation. I didn't really participate in that conversation, so I'm going to leave it on the stream. So I encourage you, if you haven't seen it, go check out the segment. It's the first part of the stream where the guys discussed Pokemon Z2A. I just kind of had a few poignant questions here and there to steer the conversation or to rein it back when it was going in when it was going too far in one direction. I wanted to get it back to make sure everything got covered in that hour because Beardo had to leave early. So I wanted to make sure we got the full conversation in the first hour of the show. But so that I'm not going to clip that out. It will not be clipped out. I have to actually be a participant in the conversation for it to be an Adam video to be clipped out. Otherwise, I'm really mooching off of other people's content that they created on the stream for my own channel. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not that much of a greedy asshole son of a bitch. But I will clip out. I am going to be clipping out the tourist conversation because that was entirely me that came up with that idea, and I had a lot to say during that one. Point is, yeah, so I just don't think so. I don't think so. Anyway, let's see. What were you guys saying during this? Make sure I had to do this. And hail howdy everybody coming in. While you're coming in, while I was talking about that. I love it, you guys. It's okay you guys show up late. I'm just glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. So I feel like I've shared my thoughts on that. It was a bit of a thing, and I wanted to get back to this here. Is grinding out all the required job points to master monk job for FF tactics. Yes, that is very hardcore. That you let me guess. You just allowed a chocobo to choco heal itself and its fellow monsters for a while. See, I just kept fighting over and over again. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. That would be maddening to me because I'd feel like, if the battle that never ends, that would hurt my brain. But you need Monk. Monk is essential in Final Fantasy Tactics because you got it. Because first of all, Aura Blast, Shockwave, Revive, and Chakra. Those are insanely useful techniques to have attached to a lot of combatants. Yes. All right, let me what Kratos is saying here, just because he's catching up. We'll make sure I include him on the conversation here. Yes, but they could have. Well, here's the thing, though, Kratos. This game was a lot. As well as I do. Things change during development. Things change a lot during development. So we have no idea what Z2A was like in the early stages. We have no idea. And Power World could have had them change gears rapidly and go another direction. Because it's been a couple years already since Power World. It's been a while. So I still think it influenced it heavily. I do. And remember, Nintendo knew about Power World. Remember the original releases? Pocket Pair told us, they said, yeah, we told Nintendo we're doing this. And there were originally, backroom handshakes. Got Chakra on all your characters. First fight. Okay. Oh. So you just did the focus trick. I know that trick. 821 damage. Good Lord. Yeah, I actually have not done any Final Fantasy Tactics off camera since last week because I can't grind anymore. The mobs are too tough, and I don't have I have the levels, but not the gear, so I can't fight them. So tomorrow night when we start, we're exactly where we left off, and we're just gonna push the story. and keep going. Wow, 40 minutes. I rambled on that for 40 minutes. I've controlled the show too much. So let's see if anybody has done anything. Nope, they haven't. So let's get to the news. Let's get to the news and see if you guys have anything, which means I definitely need to refresh these right here. I got to refresh these tabs because that was an hour ago now that I set these tabs up. Okay, here we go. The news segment for your enjoyment. I play Rocky. First look at Anthony Ippolito is Sylvester Stallone in a movie about making a Rocky. Funny story. Last night on Wormhole Watch, at one point, and I think Brad will make this into a Latinum Lounge segment, so you might get to actually see this. At one point, Hitman compares a couple of characters to Rocky and Apollo, and I foolishly asked him to explain it. And once again, much credit to Hitman. I don't know if it's an act. I don't know if it's a bit all the time, for you really didn't know. If it's a bit, Hitman is brilliant at what he does with his gimmick here on YouTube. If it's a bit, I don't know. But we did this whole thing where Hitman had no idea what Rocky was, essentially. He just said Apollo and Rocky, but he apparently had no idea who Rocky was, what the events of the movies were, who Apollo was. And we had this whole discussion for like 10 minutes about all the stuff. We started quoting Rocky and talking about it. So it was wild. And I'm pretty sure it's going to end up as a Latinum Lounge segment on Brad's channel. So look forward to that. It should be highly entertaining. I encourage you guys, go watch the Wormhole Watch stuff, but the stuff that gets cut out that isn't part of the Star Trek discussions, the crazy shit, which is what Brad has started doing. He's gonna have a series called the Latinum Lounge, and you need to go watch those, because you guys are aware when I lose my shit. You guys know what it's like when I lose my shit, and sometimes some of the things Hitman says or does, it just bursts right through my filters and defenses and just triggers me into total crash outs and meltdowns as I go, what are you talking about? There's a whole one coming out about how he can't seem to differentiate between the Star Trek TNG onesie uniforms from season 1 and 2 and the proper uniforms going forward from season 3 to 7. And I just got to crash out for like 5 minutes as he's trying to say they're the same, and they're both onesies, and it's hysterical. It's hysterical. So go check those out on Brad's channel. It's funny stuff. It's essentially either me yelling at Hitman or me and Brad trying to explain things to Hitman while Fracture just sits there and laughs. It's good stuff. It's great stuff. And also go watch Wormhole Watch. It's great Star Trek discussion. We're a lot of good stuff right now there. I love it. I enjoy that every Sunday night. It's a lot of fun with the guys. I love it. Let's see. What do we got here? NBC seeking big NBA bounce. Yeah, good luck with that. Don't care about music. Kennedy family drama series ordered at Netflix. Michael Fassbender to play Joseph Kennedy Sr. Well, I hope they tell the truth that Joe Kennedy was an evil fucking man, was an evil son of a bitch. I hope they tell the truth and don't paint a flowery, happy picture of the Kennedys. That was a bad man. Joe Kennedy was a bad man. All right, moving on. K-pop Demon Hunters directors break down the heart eye scene. Let's objectify the crap out of these guys. Hey, they're honest. See, that was one of the things I didn't like about K-pop Demon Hunters, is bringing in that kind of Western animation to an Eastern animation thing where body parts change shape. That's a very Looney Tunes type of thing there. Tom and Jerry, Hanna-Barbera type of thing there. Yeah, where the hearts and the eyes. I didn't like that. That's one of the things about it. I didn't like that. Steamboat Willie horror sequel, Screamboat 2, Nothing Stays Dead announced. Oh, I think the first one did terrible, I guess. Well, have fun with it. Have fun with it, I guess. Jennifer Lawrence with a peak of not returning to Hollywood during 2-year acting break, but I also would have been really upset. Yeah, you got to take care of that Harvey Weinstein baby, don't you? Somehow, I don't know. Allegedly. Allegedly. Yeah, I've never been into Jay Lawrence. J Law. She's never done it for me as an actress or as a woman. I don't find her particularly hot. Cape Top Team 100 soundtracks officially available on vinyl. Hey, for collectibles, go for it. I know a lot of you like that. That'd be a really good collectible. I think it's a really good collectible for you people. Why do we care about Kylie Jenner? Why do we care about any of the fucking Kardashians and Jenners? You know, the world would be a better place if the Kardashians and the Jenners were not as powerful as they are. Because the people who obsess over the Jenners and the Kardashians, they are that is the exemplification of brain rot right there. That is pure brain rot. You don't have a working brain if you care about what those people do. You don't. And if you buy their shit, well, you're a fucking zombie. Ewan McGregor getting BAFTA honor. Warner Brothers Discovery to relaunch TLC channel in UK. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Food Network's The Kitchen Weekend Talk Show to end after 10 years. Never even heard of it because Food Network is not really about food. It's about talking head morons. You're not wrong, Kel. You're not wrong. If only OJ had been a psychopath and killed that poor woman and her killed that poor woman and her husband and her boyfriend. If only he hadn't been a psychopath, we would have no Kardashians and no Jenners. We wouldn't have it. Dude, Ari Emanuel. I don't give a fuck what he's doing. That man is evil. He's evil too. Evil as well. Kenny Loggins slams Donald Trump. No, okay. Do whatever you want. Fuck you. The memes were glorious. The memes are glorious. They can't handle the memes. Something Korean. Kristen Bell and Dr. Stacey L. Smith launched grant for mental health focused short films. Sure. I doubt they're going to be meaningful, though. I don't care about Argentina. Animal Dracula producer Nabis Film Group advances. Michael M. directed by Berlinale selected. Oh, whatever. Anything here. Glenn Powell needed Stephen King's approval starting Running Man. A lot of people involved with that are ass, and I don't give a fuck about Running Man. Arnold's Running Man is the Running Man. Amazon Web Services outage. Significant signs of recovery after Snapchat, Roblox, and other major websites go down. Well, nothing of value is lost as long as Roblox is down. It means the PDF files are kept away from children for a little while. All right, we got anything here? Anything interesting? Korea box office. Chainsaw Man the movie. Reze Arc tops second week as Jujutsu Kaisen debuts strong. I am not a fan of Chainsaw Man. I'm not interested in that franchise, and I was out on Jujutsu Kaisen after season 1. It makes Weasel, you couldn't play some games yesterday. You couldn't play some games. That sucks, dude. All I did yesterday, I did Roundtable, and then I played Monster Hunter Wilds and talked Star Trek. That's what I did yesterday. We did a Roundtable. I played Monster Hunter Wilds and talked Star Trek, and we had a good. We don't stream this; it's our private play. But if you guys are interested, we had a great time on Monster Hunter Wilds last night. Me, Sam, eventually Devil, hunting monsters. See, I've caught up now. I've caught up where I can join the hunt. Where now I can actually be a part of the group. Oh, you have to deal with client stuff. Okay. Well, you got work, and that's good. You got work, dude, and that's good. May have been hell, but at least you're getting paid for it. This is garbage. Let's move on to IGN. Like I said, okay. Oh, if they do this, better be true. Better not paint Joe Kennedy as some sort of great American, because he was a bastard. Don't care about your fucking Running Man. I've seen the trailers for this movie. It looks god awful. This movie looks god awful. The Simpsons Hit and Run gets eye-catching Futurama mod, and even the original game's lead designer is impressed. I never even heard of this game. Then again, does anybody care about anything Simpsons related? Seriously? Anybody care? I seriously doubt it. This is their hardware. Xbox boss says Ally X handheld's eye-watering $1,000 price was set by Asus. Now, oh my goodness. I didn't expect it to be that vicious. Ow, that one hurt. I wasn't prepared for that. That strained my chest there. That hurt. The nerves fired on that one. Ugh, didn't like that. Let me catch my breath there. That cough threw me off. Okay, now, just like with the PS5 Pro, just like there were Sony ponies who went and bought that, there are going to be Xbox bros who are going to drop 1K on this thing. Fine, but I question your sanity. Just get a fucking Steam Deck. Why are you, if you're going to buy this, get a Steam Deck. All the same fucking games and more are on the Steam Deck. If you really want that kind of handheld thing, why not just get a Steam Deck? Why do you need to buy the Ally X? What is with that name? And what is with that name, the Ally X? I don't get that. I don't get that. I do not understand that. Just get a Steam Deck. It's the same thing. Don't get that. Honestly, I also don't get, I'm not a handheld person. I want to play on my screens. I want to play on my monitors. I want to play on my TV. I don't want to play games in bed. Really? That's a dumbass name. It's a dumbass name. R.I.P. He's fully under the ground. Stranger Things showrunners confirmed Joseph Quinn was baiting us. Eddie Munson will not return to survive. Yeah, it means nothing to me. Stranger Things showrunners revealed first details on Linda Hamilton's season 5 character. Again, don't care. Enjoy your Stranger Things, everybody, but I don't care. Does anyone really want another Marvel star Mark Ruffalo? Unsure if Hulk's whole movie will ever really come to be, honestly. Oh, no, here's the answer. Nobody wants your Hulk, Mark. Nobody wants your Hulk, because your Hulk is a cuck and a simp. Jurassic World Evolution 3 release times confirmed. Is anybody going to play this game? I asked that question legitimately. Does anybody care about this game? Escape from Duck-Off is blowing up on Steam. Looks like I've got another one of these little weirdo type gimmicky games that everybody jumps all over. FF7 Remake Part 3 co-director hasn't decided whether it's action or turn-based yet. That's not something I want to hear. That game should be well into development, because I want that third installment. Just keep what you have. It's working. Why change it? You already have your engine, just change it. And you're right, Kel. Yeah, it won't happen because of the rights. There's a rights issue there, but also nobody wants Mark Ruffalo Hulk. Nobody wants that. The studios don't seem to understand how important this IP is, but we will get them there. Sleeping Dogs movie progresses as Marvel star Simu Liu confirms script draft. Oh, shut up. Nobody wants Himbo Liu in anything. Himbo Liu is not a star. He's not even an actor. He's a bot. He's an idiot. Sleeping Dogs. Give me a break. iShowSpeed slams Sora 2 deepfakes that feature the streamer kissing fans, racing animals, and declare he is gay. Hey, listen, I'll go with anything that makes this dumb son of a bitch look like an idiot. iShowSpeed is a fucking moron and an example of brain rot. Somebody like this, I'm not taking away that he is an incredible athlete from what I've seen. He's an incredible physical specimen. He could do some crazy ass shit, but he's a moron. He's an idiot. And he's an example of internet brain rot that allows idiots to be successful. RE0 remake casting details and release date reportedly leaked. Not an RE guy, but I hope it's good for the RE people. Doctor Who show producer. Doctor Who producer says show will change but blasts rude writer who claimed it was as dead as we've ever known it. Oh, they're scrambling. They're scrambling because it's done. There's no news. We're getting close to Christmas and there's no news. There's nothing. They don't have anything. Oh, let it die. FF7 Remake Part 3 will be more concise than predecessors as directors. Well, you're in the end game. You're in Act 3. So you gotta the stories. There's a lot less wandering in Part 3, the third part of the story of FF7. After the death of Aerith, there's a lot less. Things are kind of centralized. So the storylines get more direct. So there's a lot less globetrotting. And you go back and forth to places, but so that's fine. That's fine. I'm looking forward to it. I enjoy these games. Shira Emeru issues statement following TwitchCon assault, confirms she is pressing charges. Yeah, I've been watching that over the weekend. Several people talking about that. Good for her. Good for her. Although, once again, why should anyone give a fuck about Twitch and anything Twitch related? Twitch is a crap. It's a crap service. It's a crap platform. Any platform that allows Hassan Piker to be something is worthless. Hope Twitch burns down. The Mandalorian and Grogu's Rada the Hutt can run. Rada can move quickly. Well, okay. Yes, a fit Hutt can slide around the ground. Not all Hutts are so morbidly obese that they're stuck on their platforms and palanquins. Hutts can move. That's some sort of fake idea that people came up with, that all Hutts don't move. They have to be carried around. And no, Hutts can move if they're not superly morbidly obese like Jabba was in Return of the Jedi. He had reached morbid obesity at that point. Hutts can move, man. They can move, and fit ones can move quickly. They're basically serpentine. Lana Del Rey looks to have recorded the 007 First Light theme tune, follow her previous James Bond movie snub. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to play that fucking game. Spider-Man brand new day set photos reveal Stranger Things star Sadie Sink, sparking fresh speculation around who she's playing. I don't really care. The movie's going to make probably good money. I just don't care. We already talked about this, the AMS outage. Ark Raiders is already the biggest extraction shooter ever on Steam, and it's not even out yet. Okay. Gamescom Asia and Thailand. Look out for those ladyboys. 2025 wraps up with record attendance. But how many were ladyboys? Exactly. We also... Yeah. I mean, you also saw in special edition that Jabba wasn't so morbidly obese that he could not move around his own. So this is again Disney Star Wars morons not realize that Hutts have been shown moving on their own for years. Let's see. I think we're into we're into the weekend. Okay, let's check out here. Deadline appears to hide just how much money Tron Air is going to lose for Disney $250 million flop. I called it. You know what? Here I should have. I didn't know it was going to be here. Let me bring this down let me see if I can find some real quick. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second here. Let's go back in time. I want to go back in time. I really do. I'll go back in time here. See if I can do that. No. Let's see if I can try. All right, I think I'll have to go all the way back to. I'll just go back to January. Give me 1 second here. I want to prove just how right I was. I want to prove just how right I was. Gonna go all the way. Let's get in the Wayback Machine. Here we go. Here we go. It's got to be here any second now. I'm looking. Somewhere around January, December. Let's see. My attempt at making AI thumbnails for cartoons. I remember that. That was interesting. Let's see. No. So I know it's here. No, not that far back. I know I made a video because I said we were going to go back and look at it to the end of the year, and we're almost there. And I need to do that anyway, so I need to have it. My predictions on the movies. Give me 1 second here. Here we go. Found it. Got it. I found it. Let's check this out real quick here. Let me just find the moment. Oops. Okay, hang on. Don't do it that way, Adam. Don't do it that way. Let's bring this down while I do this. I'm a YouTube professional, everybody. I'm a YouTube professional. Let's see where I'm here. I'm just checking something. Oh, wow. I didn't edit that. That's a bad edit. I should have edited that. Oh, wow. That wasn't good. Okay, there's my that was my DCU predictions. What fucking music would I put that I put in the background is this? The fuck was wrong with me? You guys can't hear it yet. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, here we go. All right. So, this is me. This is me from this is January. This is from January, late January, 9 months ago. Let's look at this beautiful man here as he's talking. No, I am going to put it on screen. I just want to get it right. You don't even see me fudging around trying to find the spot here. Okay. Remember when I used to make my videos not on stream, straight ahead at the camera? Remember that? Oh, damn it. Okay, let's full screen this. Let's see what I'd say about Tron Ares. Tron Ares, another Disney joyride of SG. God, my hat looks really small on my head there. My head looks really big right there. I think I've lost a little weight since then. That's good. CGI nightmare where Jared Leto is Ares. Listen, I don't like the Tron current day movies. I think this is a flop. I don't think anybody's interested anymore. Mortal Kombat 2. Apparently, that's all I had to say on it. I thought I might have said a little bit more, but I'm right. I'm right. Nobody was interested. Nobody showed up. Tron Ares, failure. Complete and total failure. To the tune of, we're hearing, a couple $100 million. Them's is the rumors. I don't know the budget on this. We didn't look up the budget on this, I think. But so yeah, look, I was right. Nobody was going to care. Apparently, this is going to be one of the biggest flops of the year for Disney. How do you like that? Disney announces Soaring Across America for Disney and Epcot 26. Whatever. Fuck your theme park bullshit. I did see this. I saw this on a different website. Jimmy Kimmel brings back drag queen storytelling segment featuring children being read Eric Trump's memoir by a drag queen, and then they threw it in a wood chipper. Destroying books. Isn't that what you accuse Nazis of doing? Excuse me. Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel. And it's a thing. It's a thing what's going on there. And he's done. He's back into the shit ratings. Nobody cares. This is to get attention again. To get attention. British University claims Tolkien orcs. Okay, we talked about a little bit about it yesterday. If you want to hear my thoughts on that, you'll hear it in the tourist conversation. And I got a cough again. Hang on. Big one. Hang on. I got to blow my nose too. Give me a second. Yeah, excuse me. Sorry. I guess I want this cold to end already. And that's it. Same stuff. Oh, this was a story came over the weekend. Gloria Estefan says Rachel Zegler will play her in a movie that doesn't exist. Weird. I guess that's the news. I'm sticking to it. All right. Let's see. You guys seem fine. You don't seem to want to make me do anything today. Send me your money. Anyway, we're over an hour. I guess I'll give you guys a few minutes to think about the articles. Anything you want me to jump on in there? Other than that, I've talked a lot today about a lot of stuff, so I feel like I've at least given you some stuff to chew on. And gotta keep coughing. God damn it! I want this to stop, man. So uncomfortable. And there's nothing left. I'm not coughing anything up anymore. It wasn't much anyway. I wasn't that sick. Because my throat and right here, it's tender. And it's just easily aggravated. I should have some soup today. I might have some soup after this while I watch the movie. I mean, I think I'll do that. I think I'll have a cup of soup. Make some soup. That might be a good idea. All right. What we got on schedule for today and the rest of the week? Tonight, there will be Stream of Conscious. Right now, it's just me and Sam. Devil's got new hours at his job because he got a promotion. Congrats to Devil. So Devil won't be there. But it's just me and Sam. We'll talk for a little while, see where things go. We'll see how it is. Let's see. What else? God damn. Tomorrow, it's Tuesday. We'll be playing some more Final Fantasy Tactics tomorrow night. So join us for that. Have a good time. And, rest of the week, I don't know. We'll see where it goes. Tomorrow, there will be chat, maybe watchers reviews. Again, Evil Sly, what is it called? Evil Roy Slade. I just can't get that name down. Sorry, Setlick 3. I just can't make that name. I got to keep coughing. What the hell? Oh, I apologize for that. Money here. Thank you, Setlick, for $10. I mean, Fernandez T for $10. Sorry, I meant fantasy. I was thinking Set Look 3 because of what I just said. Thank you for NSD for the $10. Much appreciated, my friend. Oh, I'm dying here. See, you could watch me die for a couple minutes here while I cough myself into craziness. God, I'm coughing so hard, I'm starting to gag. Will I survive the stream, Frank? I don't know. Your monies will help me survive. Don't worry. Money will help me survive. Anyway, yeah. So we've got tomorrow night, Evil's Chronicles. Tomorrow, Chapman watches reviews, Evil Roy Slade. Then this weekend on Saturday Night Drive-In. I can remember the names of my own shows, I swear. Saturday Night Drive-In. We've got 13 Ghosts to end out spooky season. 13 Ghosts. Yeah, that bought you a question, Fernandez. See, that's the rules. You did pay the $10. That bought you a question. That is worth a question. You can ask a question, and I will tell you no lies. And I'll blow my nose again after all that. The banana incident. What's a good anime? It's a good one. Mech related. Okay. Well, all right. Well, I will always recommend some good Gundam. Watch Gundam Seed, Destiny, Freedom. Watch Gundam. If you no Gundam, okay, no Gundam. Okay, no Gundam. Let's see. All right, are you Well, it's always all right. I'm assuming you want newer school, nothing old school. It was always Code Geass. Code Geass has mechs in it. Code Geass is a mech anime. There's always Code Geass. And it's great. It's great. I love Code Geass. And I don't like the movie too. People complain about the movie. I like the movie too. Sci-fi or fantasy? All right. All right. All right. So let's see. Shut up, Kratos. No. Sci-fi or fantasy? Now, there's been some. Do you want something new or you want something that's already established for Fernandez? Mostly also. So you want something new. Okay. Let me go back and look at the let's go to live chart. And this is where I go to for my anime updates for shows to watch every season. This is where I go. Let's go back to the spring recently because there was some really good fantasy series these past couple seasons. So let's go through and see what I've been watching the past few months. Let's go all the way back to winter. Let's go back. If you want misery porn, you can watch. If you haven't watched ReZero seasons 1 through 3, that's great stuff. But that's got some misery porn in it. So I don't know if you want that. I will always recommend. Excuse me, I'm dying. Hang on, here goes again. Okay. Something actually came up there. Good story. Well, if you haven't seen it, of course, Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? Seasons 1 through 5. Fantastic. I love that one. Arifureta is fun. That's got a little sci-fi fantasy in it. Seasons 1 through 3. Excellent. They got one more season in them. Anything else here that was really good? Like we're talking good, not just kind of passing good, like fun stuff. Oh, if you haven't seen it yet, we go back here. We have to go back a little bit here, find out where it is. What was it called? I forgot the exact name of it. Here it is. This one right here. Let's get the English title sooner. If you haven't seen this one, Wistoria, Wand and Sword, fantastic. fantastic. Wisteria, Wand, and Sword. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Remember, you can rewatch the stream. What I'm giving you now, you can always come back and write it down later. Don't have to do it right now. So Wisteria, Wand, and Sword. This was top tier new show. Top tier new show. Wisteria, right here. It's right. This one right here. Wisteria, Wand, and Sword, season 1. Season 2 is on the way. That was a really good one. Let's go back forward. I saw there's some good stuff right now recently. Let's see. A lot of these were kind of regular slop, nothing great but enjoyable. But you want something good, so we're going to talk about good here, not just regular slop to get by with, or stuff that like Unnamed Memory was good, but the second season kind of lost its mojo by the end of it. All right, let's go back to spring. There was some good stuff in the spring here. No, that was slop. This one was actually from Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman was actually pretty good. I recommend this one. That's a good one. That was good. I liked that. Just looking here. This one was excellent as well. The Two Perfect Saint, Tossed Aside by My Fiance and Sultan of the Kingdom. That was actually very well done. I really enjoyed that one. And if you haven't, I don't think it was this season, previous season. How Not to Use Healing Magic is also a fun one for fantasy. This season, we just finished this season. I'm actually winding up. I haven't gotten this one yet. Or do I have this one? This one. Oh, I think I forgot to pick this one up. I forgot to pick that one up. Okay, I got to get that one. This is this season right now. I'm actually finishing up this season right now. I recommend, where is it? It's in here. Clevitas. Clevitas was a unique, very interesting show. Very interesting show. I forgot about Water Mage. I think I missed it, so I got to still grab it. I just finished my Dress Up Darling season 2. I'm currently finishing up Rent a Girlfriend season 5 or 4. And then I'm moving on. Then I got 2 more. I'm ending with Rising Shield Hero season 4. That's going to be my final show for the season. I'm still waiting on this one to finish for next. So this one's not. I'll catch up on what Dermy calls the garbage anime. I'll wait till the entire 24 episodes are done before I go to that one. Kaiju's number 8, season 2. A little bit of a letdown. It ends abruptly, and I liked it, but I didn't like that it ended abruptly where it did. Damn it. Dying. And we're only talking fantasy here. So here it comes again. God damn it. I apologize for that. That was a bad one. The remaining of this cold is just kind of happening right now. All right, nothing. All right, let's be honest. Nothing actually has 10 seasons. There's also only shows that have 10 seasons are like stuff from that are still running, like One Piece and Bleach and Naruto had 10 seasons. A lot of these things only have like 4 or 5 seasons, and they're only like 12 episodes a pop. So, Goblin Slayer season 2 is pretty good. I like Goblin Slayer season 2. There's season 1, the movie, Goblin's Crown, and then season 2. All of these things, these are all current seasons. I mean, remember, a season in anime is only 12 episodes. So if you hear something that has 3 or 4 seasons, that's only about 45 episodes. It's not a lot. People have this unnatural fear of long anime seasons because of the unnatural fear of One Piece. No, it's not a lot. There are not a lot of shows that have hundreds of episodes. There really aren't. This is this season. So what have I seen this season? That was this one was really good actually too. Check out New Saga. This was a new one this season. New Saga. I enjoyed this one. I look forward to the next part when it comes out. I enjoyed it. I don't agree with its take on time travel, but there. Jeez. I apologize for that. Now I think that's kind of a lot of the other things. I'm not going to recommend everything I watch because you're just about science fiction and fantasy. Now, next season, let's look at next season. What's coming up, real quick. This is current season right now. Current season, what's going on right now. Now, of course, I'm eagerly awaiting the conclusion of My Hero Academia. I've managed to dodge the spoilers for this for years, so I'm finally going to see the end. Looks like there's some good random fantasy stuff here. One here. There's another one here. God, here comes the cough again. I apologize, guys. It's bad today. Excuse me. This season's actually going to be a lighter season. There's not a lot of stuff for me this next season. I'm kind of a little worried. I'm not gonna have as much to watch this fall. A little bummed. Not as much. Nothing major too. None of the major series. A bunch of new things are starting. Only a couple carryovers. And then let's check next year winner. Now, of course, yay, Frieren Season 2, yay! Not as epic as people want to pretend it is. You know my stance on Frieren. People suck this thing's dick too hard. It hasn't earned it. Has not earned it. Not bad. It's just, it gets too much. It's too much praise for something that isn't as groundbreaking as they think it is. Fire Force Season 3 Part 2, the conclusion. This will be the end of Fire Force. I am hotly anticipating this. A new Fate series taking place in America. A new Holy Grail War in America. I am salty. People suck Frieren's dick too goddamn hard. It was an okay show. It wasn't this Frieren is essentially goddamn anime for fucking normies. It's something that's not too deep, not too hard to get into, and easily accessible for fucking normies. So everybody loves it because a normie can fucking understand it. Oh, demons are unforgivable. Oh, I hate all that meme bullshit with that crap. Honestly, Frieren is very average storytelling. Very average storytelling that got a bump. Okay, I'm interested in this show for two reasons right there. Jack of all trades, party of none. I know exactly why I'm going to watch this show right here. I'm interested right there, right now. So we'll see where that's winner, though. That's winner. See how that's going to be. But yeah, so those are some recommendations. Come by Anime Odyssey this Sunday for an NSG if you want to ask Dermy for some recommendations too. We got Anime Odyssey this Sunday, probably at 6 p.m. Eastern. Probably at 6 p.m. Eastern. Dermy and I will be talking Demon Slayer Season 1. Oh, I always go, watch FMB. Always watch FMB. It's great. All right, so there you go. There's $10 worth of my suggestions. My current day suggestions of stuff that I've watched recently that I really enjoyed, that were a lot of fun. All right, let's see. We got anything else here? Nope. So I'm gonna now go cough myself into a faint. This has been obscene. I'm sorry. I apologize. I just can't seem to stop. And I'm not that sick. I'm not that sick anymore. But the cough, I'm just suddenly what's left of it seems to just want to happen. It's a content bomb. Anyway. Okay. What's very chick friendly? Freerin? Fuck Freerin. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm going to wrap it up here because we've gone over time. I've given you guys as much entertainment as I possibly can at the moment without you requesting more. And I appreciate everything you guys do. Without you, the channel doesn't go forward. The channel doesn't grow. And I thank you guys for your support on everything. And I look forward to whatever comes next because we're here to have fun. All right. So thank you, guys. I'll see you later tonight on the Stream of Conscious, 11 p.m. Eastern, and for the rest of the week. So then, take it easy. I'm going to go keep coughing now. Goodbye.